Hey everyone. So, I used to be against dating apps. Main reason was because why do we need some sort of medium, or why do we need an online platform to meet up with someone? Why can't we just meet up organically in person? But then later on, I realized it was so hard to meet new people besides your friends or your coworkers, and it's kind of hard to expand your bubble because we're all working and it's hard to meet up. So then later on, I realized that dating apps is just another platform where you can meet someone. It's just think about it, like when you go to a meeting, in a sense, it's sort of staged by someone else. This one's also kind of staged. It's just a different medium to meet up with someone. Maybe it's not organic, but it is a platform that you can use and you can potentially meet your significant other or your life partner. Anywho, how did I get started? Well, like I said earlier, I'm more into the casual kind of stuff, but not everyone is. And it's kind of hard, like I said, to find people who are not your friends or your coworkers. Basically, it's hard to meet new people. So then I decided, okay, let me just give this a shot. So I went on my phone. Okay, you know what? My phone at the time did not have enough storage to download the app. I used to be against smartphones as well, but that's a story for another time. But anyway, I downloaded Tinder on my iPad, and then I just started playing around with it. Liked people. I kind of looked at their bio, kind of took it seriously-ish at first, and well, I matched with a lot of people. I realized later it's easier as a girl to get matches. I think many of you know that. Currently, I have over 1,000 on Tinder. But let's get into the definition of dating. So what is dating? Let's look it up on Google right now. Open up the window. Okay, according to Wikipedia, because that is totally a reliable source of information. Dating is a stage. Hold on. Dating is a stage of romantic relationships in humans whereby two people meet socially with the aim of each assessing the other's suitability as a prospective partner in an intimate relationship. Okay, I have to be super honest. Whenever I meet up with someone, I never call it a date. I call it a meetup or a hangout because I really don't want the date label. I mean, I don't really care if they consider it a date. I think what's most important is if you're committed or not committed. And you can put whatever label you want. I like to say meetup, hangout. Do you want to say date? That's fine. It only becomes a serious issue if one of them thinks it's uncommitted and the other thinks it's committed, or the other way around. So, because for me, when I think of dating, I think of wanting to be in a relationship with someone. For the majority of the people I met up with, I did not want to be in a mutually exclusive or an actual relationship with them. Okay, so side story. So I have T-Mobile, and they have T-Mobile Tuesdays where they give you discounts on something. I believe I got this offer on T-Mobile Tuesday. If not, then whatever. But anyway, there was a deal to get half off of Tinder for 6 months, so 50% off. I decided to take advantage of that. Okay, Tinder Passport and other features. Tinder Plus, where you have 5 super likes and you have this lightning thing, but I wanted Tinder Passport so I could match up with people from different countries so I could practice my language skills: Chinese, Korean, Japanese. Okay, so I got it. And then for the first couple of days when I had it, I kept swiping. You have unlimited swipes, so I just swiped on everyone. I placed myself in Japan, Korea, South Korea, essentially, China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, you name it. So I kept swiping. And then a couple of days later, Tinder tells me that I've been reported. People have reported me too many times. Meaning I cannot use the app. Okay? So I paid for the service, and if I couldn't use it, if I could not use it, then I don't want it at all. Then I want my money back. And I also wanted to know why I was reported. So I emailed the Tinder people, and then they gave me a refund just because I couldn't use the service. Because like, why pay for something I'm not able to use? And then I asked them why. And then they said that it was just a mistake, that people just misreported me. I'm like, wow, okay. Because I don't think I did anything wrong. I did not do anything wrong. I was misreported. Is that a word? But people reported me incorrectly. I don't know. I don't know why. I mentioned that for the most part, I didn't want anything serious with most of the people, but did I want to get serious with some people? Yes. Yes, I did. Okay, I'm going to tell you about one of my experiences. And this story is important because it shaped my view on dating apps and makes me look at them at a good light. Like, I will always be biased now that it's a good thing. Okay? Just because of this major experience. So, I had a couple. So, when I was using the app, I wasn't, like, I'm always careful, so the first couple of people I met up with were people I already knew. So they weren't really legit meetups because one person was in my class, one person went to the same school. So it's like, I don't know, but it's because I knew them, which is why I was okay with meeting up with them. The next person I decided to meet was my first legit meetup. As far as I knew, we did not have any mutual friends. I did not know him in any capacity. We just matched. What made him different from other people, or what made me drawn to him, was the fact that we had like a legit conversation. We kept talking back and forth for a week or so before we met up. But even so, I was like a bit suspicious still. You always have to be careful because you never know. But I decided to like, okay, sure, I'll meet up with him. But I thought after I was done with all my assignments. However, I decided to meet up with him before then. And initially, I just wanted to get food and whatnot. Okay, so actually, yeah, I wanted to get food and for us to meet up at the place. Okay, so at that time, I did not have a car. So I wanted to meet up at a place that I knew well and that I could just go back home on my own. However, it was going to rain on that day. So I decided, you know what? I've talked to this person long enough. I've talked to him for a while. So like I would have figured something out, My gut instinct just decided to trust him. So since I did not have my own car, I decided to risk it and have him pick me up from my place. And everything turned out way better than expected. Like, okay. First, like when I got into the car, we talked a lot. We went to one of my favorite restaurants. I actually saw my friend and her boyfriend there, and the guy who picked me up, right? We ended up staying there for a good 2 to 3 hours. Like my friend and her boyfriend came after us and left before us. So that's a pretty long time, right? And this was a good day, but it doesn't end the best way, but it was okay. You know what? Let's relive this good memory. Okay, so then after we got food, I decided, okay, because I still had assignments to do, so I thought but then since we were already out, we might as well stay out, So then we went up to a place to see a good view of the city. I decided to show him another view. We got scratchers because he's never done them before. We got boba. We also went to a supermarket to get alcohol and snacks because we were going to see a drive-in movie. And we also went to the bakery nearby to get, more food. And then we were at the drive-in movie theater long enough to watch 3 movies. But of course we didn't just do that. And then I decided I wanted to show him the city or the view, like the city lights, And then so then we went up. And then I told him, like, we never I always meant to see the sunrise, but I never got the chance to. And we were both down to stay overnight on the hill to see the sunrise. And we missed the sunrise, but it was a good day. It lasted for like our meetup or hangout lasted for like 18 to 19 hours, and it was also daylight savings time too. So that's where the 18 to 19, I don't remember. But yeah, so then but even then I wasn't like real. Oh, so how has it shaped my view of dating apps? It's like the fact that like, wow, things like just turned out like way beyond my expectations. And then people asked us like, okay, so then why aren't you together? So I mean, in the beginning it was just more of like a friends with benefits kind of thing, a casual sort of thing. But then later on I did start to fall for him, become attached to him. I can tell that he wasn't really all that into me. So then I confessed to him, and he rejected me in the nicest way possible, saying that he still wanted to be friends and whatnot. And it was just so nice. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's why I like you. That's why I like you so much. And we never got serious, but we continued to be friends. But I kind of thought that since, since I liked him and he didn't feel the same way about me, I decided to kind of give him space. I don't know. I mean, after a while, we kind of still hung out. So where are we today? We're not really communicating at the moment. What happened? I'm not exactly sure, but this is actually going to lead into my other topic on ghosting. Did he ghost me? Not exactly, but this comes. So the reason why, I think dating apps are good was because of that experience, because it turned out better than expected. Not all experiences are going to be like that. But what I've also learned from dating apps is that just because something is good in the beginning does not mean it's going to be really good, like forever. Are we on bad terms? I don't really think so. It's just that we just don't like hang out. I mean, I reached out to him, but after a while, I got the hint and that he didn't want to hang out anymore. And it was honestly just like truly as friends. I wanted to hang out as friends since we've known each other for a while. But, just like with any friendship, like if things start to die out and if the other person doesn't want to hang out, don't take it personally and just give them space. And it's normally more about them than about you, because if it was about you, they would straight up tell you, I mean, with dating apps, most of the time people are ghosted. But yeah, so basically, it was a good beginning, not so good ending, but that experience shaped how I view dating apps as more of a good thing than a bad thing. And yeah, so I've just decided to like, not take things personally. And yeah, because I did ask like to hang out many times, but he either said that he was busy, or I think there were times when I did not get much of a response. But it's okay. It sucks like for like any friendship as well, like just in general. Okay. Well, moving on. If you are going to do dating apps, get used to being ghosted. Okay. What is ghosting? Ghosting is when they just disappear on you like a ghost. Like when they kind of cut you off without warning. It's different from being cut I have been cut off and I've been ghosted. I I appreciate it when people cut me off, or like not cut me off, but like more like tell me straight up, saying like, hey, I don't think things are gonna work out between us. I don't think we should stay in contact. It'll be kind of weird if we're friends. So don't take it personally. Let's like not talk to each other anymore. Something like that, not the exact words, but you get what I mean. And it's, okay, so that makes it like clear cut, which is really nice. Ghosting, on the other hand, is like, okay, the worst thing that happens is when things are not mutual. Because let's just say you mutually ghost each other, then I don't really consider that ghosting. But if one person's still interested in the other person, and the other person is not, but they cut off all, not really cut off, but they disappear on you, like they just don't respond to you at all, right? That's ghosting. When they stop communicating with you. When you message them, they don't respond back. You continue to message them, they no longer respond back. Or they just block you. But you have to get used to ghosting. Have I been ghosted? Of course. Have I ghosted people? Yes. Yes, I have. But okay, I'm not proud of it. That's why I'm like not proud of myself ghosting in any form. Why did I ghost? Because I am a coward. Like, I am bad with confrontation. Like, in the sense, and even, okay, this might sound like an excuse, but sometimes even if you're straight up with someone, they might not take it well. And in some instances, I feel like it's okay to ghost people. Okay, I know that's a very, very unpopular opinion, but there are sometimes I would also rather be ghosted than someone tell me something I don't want to hear. Does that make any sense? If you want a video about ghosting, why I ghost, when it's okay to ghost. I know unpopular opinion, but I think there are some instances when it's okay. Let me know, and I could totally make a video on that. But if you do get into dating apps, just be warned. You are most likely going to be ghosted, and you might do some ghosting. It's okay. But there are even more benefits to dating apps. So you might end up with really good friends. Like, if it wasn't for the dating app, you might have never met in real life. Actually, okay, let me start off with one story. So I matched up with someone. We had a lot of mutual friends, and we went to schools that were close to each other. And it was weird that we did not meet in person, because it's like, if we have a lot of mutual friends and we're close by or we're near each other, then like, how come we haven't met yet? But either way, I am so happy I matched with him, because we got to be good friends and I got to reconnect with our mutual friends. So that was awesome. I also got to reconnect with someone who was in my class. So we had a class together in high school, but we didn't talk as much. And then we matched on Tinder, and I was like, hey, do you remember me from this class? I was like, yeah. It's been like almost like a decade since the last time we talked. Yeah, almost a decade. And if it wasn't for Tinder, we would not have been able to reconnect, especially with our love for K-pop and Japanese culture. And then there was someone else I matched with who was also into K-pop too, and we're still talking to this day. So even if you don't let's just say, even if you don't get an intimate relationship, if you don't get a casual relationship, you can still have good friends. And that's another reason why you should go onto dating apps. If you want. Not everyone is that friendly, and not everyone is good at communication, and every so often you might have like awkward meetups. Okay, pro tip. It might just be me, but when you first meet up with someone, no matter how good they seem online, and this is just my opinion, don't go on a hike first thing, okay? Because if you do choose to go on a hike and things don't go well, you're stuck with that person for at least 2 hours. If it's a legit hike. If it's a legit hike, you're going to be with that person for at least 2 hours, and you can't exactly escape. It's like, oh, I have to go now. well, you kind of can't, or it's obvious that you just don't want to be near that person. I don't know, just don't do it. Just trust me on that. Another tip is, I didn't actually think of this before, but this actually happened to me. So I was getting boba with someone, and he told me that, or he asked me, hey, do you have anything to do afterwards? And I'm like, no. And he said, oh, I have dinner with friends soon. And I didn't think anything of it at that time. But now that I think about it, because, we did leave shortly after we got boba, I think he was using that as an excuse to, like, I guess to get out of the hangout or the meetup, because things weren't really, like, flowing. I mean, it was slightly awkward, but it wasn't that bad. And then from, like, that point forward, I realized, or actually I figured it out later on, that using dinner as an excuse is good. So, like, because the thing is, most of the times my dinner plans are actually real, though. They're actually real. But anyway, that's besides the point. But the thing is, you can say that when you meet up with someone, that you're going to have dinner with friends or family later. And if the meetup does not go well, that's your excuse to leave. Like, you have a way out. But if the meetup does go well, you could say, like, oh, they canceled on me, and then continue hanging out with that person. It's perfect. But I've actually never had to do that. But it's good. It's a good idea. Do it if you need to as a way out, and you can always cancel. Just make up fake dinner plans. Yes, I am telling you to make fake dinner plans to have a way out, to save yourself if you need to. But you can also cancel if things go well. Okay, let me clarify with the fake dinner plans. Tell the person, if you're not sure about this person, like if you're gonna get along well, that you have dinner afterwards. So make up fake dinner plans as your way out. Is when things go wrong. But if things do go well, you can tell the person that you're meeting up with that your plans got canceled because the dinner wasn't going to happen anyway. That was just your excuse to get out if needed. But if things go well, just tell the other person that your plans got canceled. So it works out. Okay. Have I used other dating apps besides Tinder? Yeah. Bumble, Coffee Meets Bagel, Clover, Hinge, and Facebook dating. So Bumble. Okay, guys like Bumble because the girls have to initiate the conversation before anything happens, and I kind of hate that. It's okay, but I met cool people on Bumble. Coffee Meets Bagel. I really hate that there's a time limit of 1 week. Why? Because I'm not the best responder. Clover. It's not that popular, but what I liked about it was I can tell who liked me. Like, they'll show you, like, it's free. Like, the service is free to see who likes you. Or to know who likes you. So then you can just always match and get a match. Okay, anyway. Hinge, I haven't used that in a while. Facebook dating. Okay, if it was not for the pandemic, I probably wouldn't have gone on. I just kind of went on it just for the heck of it. It's like Facebook. I mean, it is Facebook, but I don't know. But my favorite dating app, honestly, is Tinder. Because one, there's no time limit, and you can just talk for as much as you want. Okay, so main question. The question of this video. Do dating apps work? Absolutely. Depending on what you want, though. Dating apps are not for everyone, but I do recommend it to people, but just be very, very, very careful, okay? Now that I have my own car, I'm not going to have people pick me up from my place because you never know what's going to happen, But there are times, like, maybe your gut instinct is right, and sometimes people are really trusting. Most of the people there on the apps are good people, but you just have to be very careful. Always meet up in a public place. Always. Always have a backup plan if needed. But for the most part, at least from my experience, most of my meeting up with people or my dating app experience has been really, really good. I can't say the same thing for other people, but I'm happy that downloaded the apps, or else I wouldn't have learned as much as I did, and I wouldn't be the person I am today or have the friends I have if it wasn't for dating apps. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a good one.